What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Flash Season 3, Episode 22, Infantino Street. So, this will be my review, so spoilers will be massive in this video. So if you haven't watched the episode, watch it, then come back for things you might have missed. So the episode is called Infantino Street. Why is it called that? I think it's a reference to Infantino Carmon. Is one of the creators of Barry Allen. He was the penciler, they called him. So basically, he is the person that drew Barry Allen. Although there was three people, Josh and Robert were also involved. I believe Infantino was the actual, just the drawer, the penciler, if you like. So it's a little bit of a kind of reference to him. And also that is the street where the Iris West death scene is going to happen. So let's get into this week's review. So 24 hours to go until Iris West dies. So the first portion of this episode was setting the scene and letting everyone know that it's 24 hours until Barry Savitar, becomes the god, becomes the almighty powerful. So if he does kill Iris West, that will set the chains in stone for him to become Savitar and this infinite loop to keep spinning. So this episode was really good. There was massive character development. Something I've struggled with this season is Iris West hasn't really had much character development. But during this episode, she got a lot of development. It was really interesting. And then, so basically, they're trying to find a way to charge the Speed Force bazooka. So they discover a way where they've got to go to the Advanced Research Group Unit Support, also known as Argus, and Lila's in charge of them, and she says, Barry, I can't help you, Barry, I can't help you, Barry. So Barry's basically got to steal it, which is ridiculous, which is also quite funny. So we get Captain Cold, Wentworth Miller, one of my favourite actors ever. He's from Prison Break. Anyone that knows the channel knows that I love Prison Break. Anytime we get Wentworth Miller back on the show, as he was in Legends of Tomorrow, was in The Flash, and he's part of the Rogues. Very, very good character. I really love this character, but I felt like his part in this episode was kind of a bit of a filler. So then we see the Savitar layer finally. The Savitar layer. And Killer Frost is like to Barry Savitar, it's kind of hard to differentiate them because they're both Barry Allen. Although Savitar doesn't like to call himself Barry, he is Barry. So Killer Frost is like, are you actually going to go through with killing Iris? And he's like, well, I've got to recreate myself. And then she drops the Infantino Street, so we know, that's how we know where the death is going to, well, the potential death is going to go down. And it's almost like he is Barry Allen. He's lived Barry Allen's life because he's a future time remnant. So he's got all the memories. So what's interesting here is Barry Allen and Captain Cold break in to Argos. And Barry Allen's appearance is like Lila, who's in charge of the whole building. After replacing Amanda Waller on Arrow. Obviously Amanda Waller, Suicide Squad, we all know that if you watch Arrow. But what's interesting here is they use HR's face-changing technology. But this is something I didn't like about this episode. It's had a massive upgrade where it can change the whole body from male to female. And also, since when can Barry Allen fight like Lila? I mean, does it actually turn you into a person? Because I was watching it, I was thinking, since when could Barry Allen fight as good as like an agent? So that bit didn't really make sense to me. So obviously they've got to get Iris West out of where she is, because obviously if Barry knows where she is, then Savitar knows Savitar knows where Iris West is. So Joe and Kid Flash take her to Earth 2, and we get the real Harrison Wells back. Harrison Wells, Earth 2, who looks like he's working on some kind of Speed Force gun himself. So we get a cheeky little reference when Captain Cold says, who's Grodd? Which is kind of hilarious because if you read the comics, you know who he is. And then we get a cheeky little reference to someone called Cheetah. Cheetah is a DC character. She's kind of like the cheetah animal. She's in Injustice 2. She's in the Suicide Squad. So the fact we get Grodd, we get Cheetah, we get Cupid, and they specifically pan in on these panels. Does that mean Suicide Squad, Cheetah's coming in Arrow next year or Flash? I mean, it's interesting. I would like to see Cheetah, but would they do it? It's a very interesting that they panned in. So they've got to steal the Dominator technology. I was right when I said that I think it'd be Dominator technology. So they've got to steal the Dominator technology. And the reason why Barry Allen can't just run in there is because they've got metahuman dampening technology. Just like I said in my video that I put out before the episode, I said there'd be some kind of speed dampening technology. So King Shark wasn't really in the episode. He was just made a brief appearance. So that was really, really interesting. So they get the part. But what's actually interesting is there's a moral dilemma. They pick the part up. Barry Allen actually runs for himself. But it's funny because if you've ever seen like him talking, spoke at an expo. He says he's not a really bad runner. So he's a really bad runner, but he plays the Flash. So he gets out. But the moral dilemma is Captain Cold gets caught in there, and he tells Cisco to get him out. And then Captain Cold's like, tell Cisco I put a good word in with my sister. Because you've got to remember, this is the Captain Cold from season 1 of Legends. So he doesn't have the memories of, like, obviously him sacrificing himself and all that. So it's kind of interesting. So they get Captain Cold out. Tracy Brand and H.R. Wells, they're growing on their relationship. It's coming romantic. He's telling her that Team Flash didn't always accept him, and he's always kind of looking to be accepted, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And he invites her to Team Flash. So she will be in season 4 of The Flash. So that's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So we get Barry Allen come zooting in. And then he's like, where's Iris? And he goes, then HR goes, Earth 2. And it's like, bro, Earth 2. I mean, why would you tell Barry Allen? So then Savitar, it's interesting because Savitar's in a Barry Allen suit. So we finally figured out he did trick Team Flash just like I said he would. And then HR's like, is literally flipping out. He really is going to blame himself if anything happens to Iris. So Savitar comes running to Earth 2, kicks the holy shit into Kid Flash. Breaks his leg, but he's a speedster, so he will heal. I think the purpose of him like beating him up was to incapacitate him so he couldn't be involved in the kind of finale fight or be involved in the kind of the Iris West scene. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. And what was interesting is the gun that Harrison Wells has actually disables the armor, the Savitar suit armor. But you got to remember he's still a speedster, so he's still got Iris. And he's like, that's not my name. I'm not Barry. But he is Barry. So I think it's kind of redundant him saying that he's not Barry Allen when we all know he is. Then for the majority of the episode, Harrison Wells, H.R. Wells, is feeling sorry for himself, saying it's his fault. We get a snippet of him looking at Savitar's claw. He's feeling sorry for himself. It's all his fault. And then we get the Killer Frost vibe fight. Well, we see the start of it. And this is obviously going to end in the finale. They didn't show too much of it in this episode. But there will be parts of that in the finale. So I think that's Killer Frost's part. She's got to keep Vibe from being anywhere near Savitar, because Vibe could essentially take her out. And then we get to the kind of showdown. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the 23rd, when she's supposed to die in the Flash timeline, should actually be next week, not this current week. So let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'm not really sure. Have they skipped a week? Because the whole kind of Iris West scene was supposed to happen on the 23rd in the TV show, not like this week. As far as I'm aware, they were literally on the same path as us. So early in the episode, Savitar wasn't really bothered about the Speed Force bazooka. But then if you go back to the episode, 2 episodes before, he tried to get Killer Frost to kill Tracy Brand. So it really, there kind of is a bit of plot holes, because why was he bothered about getting Killer Frost to kill Tracy to stop her making the Speed Force gun bazooka, and now he wasn't really bothered about it. So Barry gets the part, he knights it, kind of does some Ghostbusters shiz. and it looks like he's working. He thinks it's working. I mean, it was the CGI. I really did like the CGI throughout this episode. So it looks like he's working, and then Savitar laughs in his face, and we finally see the Philosopher's Stone that we haven't seen since Savitar got out of the Speed Force, and he explains that it's because of the stone being basically the Speed Force, like the dark matter, the Speed Force, the Speed Force bazooka it's like immune to him. So he basically just laughed it off. I really would like to know more about this stone. I think they need to. I think it's really bad story writing because we need to know more about the stone. There's just a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, if you've got any theories, let me know in the comments down below. And then the next scene is Iris West is killed, or is she? Because we know she's not actually killed, but at the current time, Iris West is actually dead. So Iris West is dead, and it's really, I mean, it hit me hard. Them Iris West gets killed feels. And then we find out what she recorded. She recorded her wedding vows, saying that she wants to marry you till death do us part. And all that thing is really cute. I mean, people who don't even like her will feel emotional about this because it really. I know we've seen the scene 100 times in things, but actually seeing it happen, it hit him hard. And then we see Joe West hit that face, and then we see Barry breaking down. So does this mean that our Barry is now going to become a Savitar? I don't think this is the case, and personally I don't think Iris West is dead, but she is dead at the current time. She's dead now. So a lot of people will be jumping on, although that wasn't really Iris West. There was a switch. It was HR with his technology changing the body. So really it was kind of Harrison HR that died. I mean, I could get on that, but when would it happen? Because if you look at the picture, although Savitar was distracted, I don't think there was a switch. I mean, Julian Albert wasn't in the episode. Some people may jump to the conclusion that it was Julian Albert. I might do a bonus video about who it could be if it wasn't her, maybe how, because we know Iris West isn't going to stay dead, because we've seen that, spoiler alert, leaked images that my boy Canada Graphs kind of shared, and he shared a blog explaining that it actually is Tracy Brand and Barry Allen walking away in like a clip from what we now presume as the finale. So, and obviously Iris West is crying, so obviously Barry is going to have to go somewhere. I really hope they're not going to go down the route of we'll let you run back. The Speed Force will let you run back in time and save Iris if you kind of sacrifice yourself to the Speed Force, because we've seen it in season 2, the Runaway with Dinosaurs episode. We've seen it with Wally going to Speed Force. Can we give the Speed Force parts of this show kind of miss? We don't need people to be stuck in the Speed Force prison. Jay Garrick's still in the Speed Force prison, so we're going to have to get him out of the prison. Obviously, there's going to be some kind of funeral, but I honestly can't see it being Iris West being dead. I mean, it could be an Iris West from another Earth. I mean, if you've made it this far, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. It could be multiple versions of Iris West, but I don't think Barry Allen would let any Iris die. I mean, it did kind of surprise me that they went with this. I thought this would happen at the start of the finale, but no, it happened. I was a little bit surprised. We'll have a trailer breakdown out later tonight, but there isn't really I don't think the trailer will show that much, because like it's literally just a fight with Savitar and to stop Savitar. There's not really that much left to do, and obviously to set up season 4. Do you guys think the Suicide Squad's coming with Cheetah, Grodd, and that lot? I mean, they will be CGI people, so maybe it'd be a little bit too expensive. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, as that would be appreciated. I'm really trying to grow the Flash on this video. I've got Injustice 2 videos coming later in the week on the release. More Flash theories, Arrow tomorrow. So, guys, please, like, support the channel, and let's grow a community together, guys. Anyway, peace out.